Hello, my name is Wood, and there is something that I need to show you guys. Really? You fell for that a second time. Actually, most of my pickups today come from that new and used furniture store that I always talk about. That place is seriously a goldmine for me. Starting with something really retro, the Atari 2600 Mario Brothers boxed. Now, the box, yes, isn't in great condition, but wait till you hear the price for all of these that I'm about to show you. There's nothing inside other than just the game, no inserts or anything like that. In fact, I haven't given it a clean yet. The cart was outside of the box and the box had cobwebs in it. That's how old this thing is and how long it was sat there for. But the cart is in perfect condition. So I have the box for that, which is fantastic. I also got Miss Pac-Man. Finally, Donkey Kong. Now this is perfect. The box is perfect. It even has the little manual slip and the cart, which is all in great condition. For all three of those, $15. Now I have an Atari 2600. I have the Junior actually. These are my only games. I got them all at once and my only 2600 games, and that is a perfect start to the 2600 collection. In fact, I'm actually, as someone who's not a 2600 collector, I'm happy calling it quits there. If I see cheap 2600 games, I'll definitely pick them up, but that's a great collection for me. I'm happy with that. It's not something that I'm looking at continuing, but again, when I find a deal, I just buy it. Okay, so next, I got a couple of PlayStation 1 games for today's pickups. Starting with, from that furniture store, which clearly isn't just a furniture store for those of you wondering, Grand Theft Auto. Picked this one up for $5. That's the first one, and it's really hard to play. I plugged it in. It's amazing how retro and old games have become just incredibly hard to play because we're not used to the way they used to handle. I just can't drive that thing friggin' straight. Kind of humorous that I got it in the same week as GTA 5, so I'm not going to bother talking about that because I'm sure if you have Facebook, you're sick of hearing about it. Next is Metal Gear Solid. I found this at the dump. The dump? Next to the dump, there's a second-hand shop, and I guess he gets first dibs on anything good that comes to the dump, and then he sells them and he makes money for the dump. From there, I found a bunch of PlayStation games. I actually boosted up my PlayStation collection by about, I think, 6 or 7 games. Metal Gear Solid was one of them, $3. For those of you who are aware, this game is about 70, I think, 50 to 70. Actually haven't looked that up. Last time I looked, they were worth 70. I'll chuck up how much it's actually worth. So for $3, either way, $3 is an absolute steal. But here I go again. For those of you who watched my recent episode, you can see that I was looking for Pikmin and I couldn't find it anywhere cheap. I found it for $55 without a manual and I wasn't having much luck. Pikmin is a very rare game. I know for here in Australia it's a very rare game, and it does retail for about 40 to 50. So I was holding out for 25. I found it for 15 at Cash Converters. Haven't even taken the sticker off yet. And it is complete with a receipt. So I'm extremely happy to have Pikmin in my collection. A great GameCube game. I almost called it a hidden gem, but it's not a hidden gem by any means. Something that I actually might be a hidden gem on the GameCube is my next pickup. And I honestly didn't realize that it was, but no one that I've been talking to has actually heard of it. Pokemon Colosseum. Okay, well, I take that back, they've heard of it, but they weren't quite aware what it is. A lot of people think that it's like the old Pokemon Stadium games, but it's not. It's like a hybrid between those Pokemon Stadium games and the 3DS. I can't wait for that, actually. For the Game Boy games, in the sense of you have your Pokemon and you battle them, but it's also you go on the adventure and you go to towns and cities, and the way you can actually catch Pokemon in this. So this is, you know how everyone wants that Pokemon RPG, kind of like Skyrim. This is the closest I've actually come. Essentially how it works is you have a snag machine that changes your Pokeballs to snag balls, and you can catch other people's Pokemon if they have a corrupted heart. See, it's very different and out there for a Pokemon game, but I really loved it. Definitely gets mixed reviews. Its sequel, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, is something that I'm really looking for. Because it's recently shot up in value to about $100, and I cannot get a hold of it now. And I only found out that sequel existed very recently, and apparently it's even closer to the Skyrim RPG Pokemon that everyone wants. Sonic Adventures 2, I have Sonic Adventures 1 for the Dreamcast. I love the fact that I have 2. A little bit of Woody trivia for you. When I was in high school, I actually borrowed this game from Tyler, who's appeared in one of our videos before. It's a great platformer. It's a little weird for a Sonic game, Well, I guess it's not. Sonic games have always been bouncing around what actually is a Sonic game. There's a lot of great throwbacks in this game to the original Sonic games, like some of the boss battles and stuff like that. So that's a great game, and if you find it as cheap as I did, definitely pick it up. I love how I only show you my really, really cheap pickups. I buy a lot more stuff, but I don't have time to put them on camera, so I'm showing you the coolest stuff that I got really cheap. Now my next two pickups are Xbox games, and Xbox is actually a console that I didn't have any interest in collecting for until recently, and suddenly I think it's because I actually got one of these games and I realized it's actually really fun to collect for the console, and here in Australia and Power Region Xbox games can get pretty rare, and to find them cheap is a great feeling. So from that furniture store I got SNK vs Capcom, which was a arcade port, I believe. I could be wrong there. And essentially what it is SK vs Street Fighter. But it also has Mega Man, Mega Man Zero. A lot of King of Fighter characters in this. It's a really fun game. It retails for about 40 to 50. I picked it up for 10. Okay, next, this one actually is rare. It is Marvel vs Capcom 2 for the Xbox. When we had Tyler around here doing his collection video, this is one of the games he showed off as one of his rare games. And I didn't realize it was so rare until then. And I've been looking for one, and the day I found it, I picked it up. $10. Which is fantastic because it goes from anywhere around 40 to 50. I believe there's one guy trying to sell it for 70 on eBay, which is a bit much in my opinion. But Marvel vs Capcom is a great series of games. I have the third one. I prefer the third one because it has Dante in it, and for those who don't know, I'm a huge Devil May Cry fan. And finally, I worked more Game & Watch magic. I picked up the Pinball Game & Watch for $3. Now, it is missing the cover for the batteries on the back. I'm not overly fussed for $3, especially because it sits like that on my shelf anyway, so no one knows. It's in perfect condition. It's actually in better condition than my other Game & Watch. As far as the inside on both of mine are fantastic. Cover of my Donkey Kong is a little scratched. I'm looking at it like you guys can see it. Thank you to everyone that subscribed to my channel. I recently made a Twitter and a Tumblr and an Instagram, and I've got 7-Bit Gaming up and running now, and that's got a Facebook, and it's gonna have a website soon, and there's so much stuff going on. I'm gonna leave all these links in the description below. I'm so overwhelmed by Twitter and Tumblr. Instagram, I'm sort of figuring out, but it's all new to me, so give me a while to set that all up. I've started putting content on there. Seriously, I do not get Twitter. The best thing that's come from Twitter so far is I had a fantastic conversation with Aaron from Retro Liberty. That's it. So as far as I can tell, that is the only good thing about Twitter so far. Why Twitter? Why tweets? What's a tweet? What is a tweet? Wind Waker HD comes out in a couple days on the Wii U, and I'm really excited to get a hold of that. Are you gonna get it? Are you excited? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know in the comment section below. What is your favorite pickup from today? Is there anything that I picked up that you would like in your collection? Let me know in the comment section below as well. But in the meantime, beat 'em up. Why Twitter? Why tweets? What's a tweet? What is a tweet? Give me a like and a slub. A slub? A slub?